Hey everyone, so today we have somebody who has an NVIDIA and Google interview coming up in a week. And he's saying he's super rusty on LeetCode. He hasn't really had the chance to even study LeetCode because he's much working two jobs, taking a master's at UC Berkeley, doing a lot. So, I mean, it's hard to fit in LeetCode. And you didn't really LeetCode in the past. This is their first time going at it.
Ex yes, exactly, man. Yeah. A lot of, computer engineers frown down on it, but it's an imperative like when you're trying to get into a FANG company, you have to master it. But, a lot of software engineers that are 7 years in the industry, they never touch lead code in God knows how long, but
Yeah,
it's essential, to get into these FANG companies.
yeah. And then, like, how many LeetCode questions have you done in total? And how much work experience do you
I've done
have?
I've done like about 15 lead code
15?
questions and work experience. I've had like 6 years of computer engineering. A lot of it was self-taught in the beginning, but then I landed a job at State Farm as a computer engineer, a software engineer, and then I was working on their Pocket Agents on the chatbot. So I was doing a lot of back-end work with them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think definitely 15 questions is very little still, so still need a lot of practice
Yeah,
or still need to just
yeah.
like get through a ton of questions, but let's see how you do with this question. I'll drop the first question
Okay,
and then yeah, I pretty much only have time for one question, so I'll give advice based on how well you perform at this question. So I just
okay,
posted it in. We're going to be using Python. Read over it and let me know what you think.
okay. And in the interview, you want to like read the question out loud, I'm assuming, and like communicate with the interview as much
Yeah,
as
exactly.
possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so given the root of the binary tree, return the length of the tree. The diameter of the binary tree is the length of the longest path between any two nodes. Okay, all right. So I would do a brute force solution on this, but obviously we're not going to get the optimal like time complexity on that. So I wanted to get
I mean,
over
what's
and
the brute
but
force solution? It's okay to talk about the brute
um
force solution in case it actually might be the real solution. But and it just
like
shows that
do
you can like when I get a question, usually I'll even just say the brute force solution so they know that I understand. Because if you don't even solve the question, at least you said the brute force solution. And at least you can
yeah,
think of multiple solutions for the question. Because that's also a positive signal. If they could think of the brute force, a slightly optimized one, and then maybe the fully optimized one, that's a really good signal.
okay. All right, so then I'll start off then. Let's see.
So what's the brute force solution that you mentioned?
Would you like for every knot in the tree calculate like the height? So like the left subtree to the right subtree. Would that be correct?
Or do you understand what the question is asking?
Um, binary tree, compute. Honestly, this one's a tough one for me. So is this was this a hard?
Oh no, it's easy. So let's work through it.
Jesus
So
Christ.
so the first thing is in order to understand I think you're having trouble understanding what the question is even asking, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing when I don't understand what a question is actually asking is I try to come up with some examples with the interviewer to just ensure that I know or we're on the same page of what the question is asking, the input and the expected output, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So so right now, just try to get it. Just try to prompt me, or ask the interview, like clarify the question.
Okay, so okay, let's see here. So in so are you just are you trying to get the longest number of edges and you can like between like any two nodes in the tree?
Exactly. Yeah. We need to find the
Okay.
longest path between any two nodes in the tree.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Go crazy.
Um, can you give me like an example? So like you can do like like four. Can you give me like an example,
Yeah.
kind of like
Sure. Just run through the
okay.
example. Let me. So pretend we have a tree right here.
Yeah.
So like, let's just draw out a tree.
Uh-huh.
So I'll ask you this: what's the longest? What would be the answer to if the tree given tree was this? What would be the answer?
Uh-huh. Um, okay. Would it be three?
It would be one, two, three, four. The longest
Four.
path between any two nodes. So the longest path is between four and three.
God, okay. Okay. Um, this so we want to return the edges, right? Like the three.
Yeah. Or no,
Okay.
we just want to return four. So the here we just return four, the number four,
Okay.
right?
Return four. Okay. All right. Let's see
If this
here.
one had so are you too familiar with trees or not really?
Honestly, this is probably one of my the roughest ones, yeah.
Okay. All
But
right. Let's
yeah.
move. Let's move to a different question.
Okay.
Because I want to test other things as well. If you can't understand the tree, then let's. Can you write me a function that adds two numbers together, two strings together, but the two strings could represent numbers that can include decimals. So number one equals.
Okay. Can you repeat the question one more time?
So basically, write me a function to add two numbers, right? Me
Okay.
a function to add two numbers, and
Okay.
come down to the bottom here. So 1 point, right? So write me a function to add two numbers. You're gonna be given the numbers in string format can have decimals. So, and what I'll tell you is that it's gonna it the input is gonna be input is valid,
Okay.
as in it's always gonna represent a number. So yeah, just write me a function that adds two numbers. So it takes num1 and num2 and returns adding them together. One thing you can't do is just cast them into cast the full string into an integer.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. That's perfect. Okay. So I just want to clarify it real quick.
Sure.
Just like I'm in the interview with
Hmm.
the interview. So I'm being given two numbers as strings, and I need to return their sum as a float or string. A string or a
As
float?
a That's a good question. As a string. So the
As a
result,
string.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I'm giving it two numbers as a string, and I need to return the sum as a string. And the input is always valid, so I don't need to worry about the edge cases like the letters or the empty strings, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
perfect. Okay,
So this should
okay,
return. This should output this string.
okay, perfect. Okay, that should be okay. Beautiful. Okay, since the strings can't, can strings, well, the strings can't contain decimals, so I'll
Awesome guy.
just
What's
convert
up?
each string into a float and then add them together. See if I can get the result like that, and then if it's efficient, I'll just go with that float if
But
that's
we
okay.
can't cast the full string to integer.
No? Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Let's see here.
like
Okay.
we can't just do take num one, turn it into an integer, num two, turn it into an integer, and then just add them.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. If I wanted to return it as okay. Let's try it. Let's see.
What are you thinking?
Um, I want to return
Or are you
I
writing
want to
code
return the
somewhere?
flow. Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh, sure.
you
Let me
don't see
see.
it on your screen?
Oh, so you're wait. Let's see. Oh, I didn't see. You just went silent for me. Where are you writing it?
Oh, sorry. Oh, right there. You see on the
Oh,
on the
oh,
program
you're writing
output.
it. Oh, write it. You have to write it here inside the text editor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. On line 40?
Yeah, like write the code here, and then this program
Okay.
output is just where we're gonna look at the output of the code. It's like the terminal.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, I'm just doing the mock interview real quick. I'm almost. I know. Almost done. I'm just finishing up real quick. Sorry about that.
No
So,
worries, no worries.
okay. Let's see here. So, you want me to write everything out, like the whole thing?
So what I'll say is
So like write the function.
usually you want to clarify the question, which you did a little bit, which was good. And then
Okay.
you need to start discussing your approach. Like you didn't tell me how you're going to actually solve it yet. So you need to discuss
Okay.
a few approaches and get alignment that that approach is a good approach. And I need to understand that once you start coding up this approach, that you're going the right direction and that you know where like you know a solution. I don't want you to start coding until you know a solution.
God. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I'll start from the beginning. So I'm being asked to add two numbers, which are representing as strings. These strings
Yes.
may contain decimals, and then the input is guaranteed to be valid. So can I just convert both strings using a float and then add them
No, you can't do
and
that.
then return?
Line 35
No,
can't cast a full string to an integer. So what's like another
got it.
approach?
Um, another, and does it matter if I take the brute force solution way? I mean, I'm trying to get the fastest time complexity, but
Or I mean, it
sees
would
I
pretty
would.
much only be like two lines if you no you have to solve this one without casting the full string to integer.
Okay, so can I break the numbers down in like integer and then like fractional and decimal and align them together and add
Let's
it
make
digit by
this
digit?
let's make it actually more simple. Let's just
Okay,
there's no decimals, so pretend I had something like this. No decimals.
okay, okay. So no decimals. You can't.
We can. I'll give you a small hint.
Uh,
We can convert digit by digit, like one digit at a time, but we can't convert the whole
can
thing into
can I add the two negative integers as strings and then do it that way?
two negative. They're all gonna be positive. Like each number is gonna be positive.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's see here.
All right. I think I have to grab the
Do you
next guy, but I
go
think
did
I'll be able to give advice already for this one.
okay. Can
Or
you if
what
I
do you?
did two positive integers,
Yeah.
can I do that and then return it in a string like
So
return their sum
the
as
solution to this one is pretend we had
uh-huh.
100 and maybe right. The solution is pretty much just elementary division on or elementary addition on it, where you line up 1 3 1, and then you convert 0 to a digit to an integer and 3 to an integer, and then add them.
uh
Okay, 3,
add the
add
pairs
them.
and then
Yeah,
track and carry.
yeah. Track a carry. So 0.
Okay.
So that so the
Track
you'd pretty
and
much
then
have to write
reverse
the code.
the
Or go ahead.
God. And then reverse it to because the result will be returned to a string, right?
Yeah,
If you track and carry, then okay. All
yeah.
right.
But yeah,
Okay. Do you want me to I know you got the next guy. I was gonna start the code, but I just want to tell you even thank you even for taking me, man. Honestly, just even talking it through means the world to me.
yeah,
Just the communication, to talk it through because I know like 'cause I said my buddy didn't make it past his leak code test. He failed the first. He didn't even make it to the second question. Failed the first question. But the interview said the communication was so well, and he did start to write the code, and it was almost done that he's seen what he was going with it. He liked the time complexity where it was going, but and he still gave him that extra. He made the team and got team placement. But yeah, I definitely appreciate. So I was going to start off like def adds the numbers and
yeah,
go ahead and start writing the code. But
yeah.
yeah,
No
I'm
problem.
going to start grinding
Let,
out some more leak code.
let me
You know,
quickly tell you my notes here. So I think
okay.
you just need to make sure you have the proper process for actually doing these coding interviews. Every question should start off with them putting the question in, and then you just start asking questions. The same way you did with the second question, you should start
Yeah.
asking questions, clarifying the questions, making sure that you understand the question and that the interviewer also knows you understand the question. So for example, when I posted in the first question,
Yeah.
you like I couldn't tell that you understood the question. So the best way to do that is just start working through some examples. In some companies, they won't even give you an example. They want you to
Yeah.
start asking questions and start drawing out some examples and clarifying with the interviewer that you're on the right, like you could formulate some examples and are able to tell me like what the answer is to those examples. So that's also a skill,
A-
building out examples.
And Meta doesn't give you any examples, right?
They'll give you some examples, but sometimes they don't.
But you start off with like a blank coding pad.
You
There's
start
no,
off with a
it's not like
blank coding
LeetCode.
pad. Most times you will get a example, but I think you just
Okay.
need to be able to come up with your own examples as well and then work through the examples to ensure that you understand what the question's asking. So that's where you could
Okay.
improve is your whole process of just making sure that you can get a question, clarify the question, look at the examples and ensure that you understand how the inputs map to the outputs and what's happening there. And then after you clarified the question, you work through some examples, you need to propose one to many solutions. Well, the first will be a brute force for sure. And then if you could think of more
Yeah.
optimal solutions, you need to bring it up. And then
Okay.
no code should be written at this point yet.
Okay. Okay.
They need to
Not
understand
until,
not until that we agreed on the solution that you want to take on. And then I would probably be okay. I think that solution sounds good. Go ahead and implement that, and then you start implementing the code. That's how these interviews
perfect.
usually go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Per
that makes sense.
Perfect, man. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm definitely gonna do that. I have another mock interview coming up too, on Wednesday. Another one. So I want to just thank you. I can't even thank you enough because I know you're super busy, and so I really appreciate you taking the time because it means the
No
world to me. I
problem.
know you just got with Meta, so dude, congratulations and thank you again for
No
taking the
problem.
time to run this through with me. Yeah,
No, thank you.
it's been a long time, but I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks for
so
hopping
much,
on.
man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I'll email you, and then yeah, maybe we can set up some other time before your interview. I'll try to squeeze something because I do want to help you for this, but yeah, I think definitely
Anytime,
just need
man.
more
Yeah,
practice. Yeah. I think just
absolutely.
look up some videos on how to actually go through the process of solving the question in an interview setting. Maybe I can
Okay.
but what I mentioned here is all the advice you'll ever find to of how to conduct these. But yeah, I think just keep practicing.
Perfect.
Um yeah, good luck. Catch you, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, James. I
No problem.
appreciate you. Yeah, let me know if your schedule does free up. If you could squeeze me in one more time, I'll take it right away, James. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Again, I
No
really
problem, man.
appreciate you, man.
All right. See ya.
All right, have
Have
a
a good
good
night.
one.
See ya.
See ya. You too. Bye.
What a nice guy. Okay, we got this next guy who solved 900 questions. Hop in, hop in. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yo, James, I was just watching your stream only. I
Yeah.
just saw the last guy. He was in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's still super new. He only done 15 questions. He only did that's too little.
Yeah, reminded me of my old college days.
Now you've solved 900. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Here, I'm
means I have also failed interviews quite
yeah.
a time, 2 to 3 times of
Holy.
Meta, Google, and Amazon. So I have been grinding
So
since
you're just
so that
grinding
I
now.
pass.
Okay. Here,
Yeah,
let me send you get into the quarter pad and then we could talk about it.